As a look does go long and over the top to Foxcroft. This set, Prendergast picks up, goes into the in-goal area. Skinner try to keep up with him. And links up out on the right-hand side of the field. Flicks it around behind the beer. Well, that is unbelievable. Zanika Tanamu plays it. Fifth and final touch. Tanamu takes it on herself. Yeah.
Well, it's finals time at the Metro Cup, and for our teams tonight, a shot at the grand final spot is on the line. The equation, it's pretty simple. Win tonight, you're off to the big dance tomorrow night. A loss, and your season is over for 2024. Scott McAllister with you in commentary tonight. Cully Banks is on her way up to the commentary box as well for our semi-final action. Both matches you'll see tonight are second versus third playoff matches. In our first match, we'll see the UQ Rebels taking on the Gold Coast. Both these two teams have played each other twice during the regular season. Only the one try has separated them on both occasions. Both wins going to the Rebels, but a few big outs for the Gold Coast tonight. We'll talk through their team list very shortly, and primarily the Tika brothers missing tonight for the Coast. We'll look at the UQ Rebels lineup. Fairly stable lineup for them again tonight. Australian representative experience in James Courtney, Jake Notley, Andrew Searle's been in the Australian mixed system, as has James Hegedus, James Sharp, an Australian men's 30s player, and a good bunch of young up-and-coming talent in this lineup as well. Their coaches are Jason Boyd and Tyron Bruce. Take a look at the Gold Coast lineup for tonight, and as mentioned, a couple of outs for tonight, and as a result, we've got three players on debut. Quade Whakatea-Shaw and Kalani Tiamo is two of those lining up tonight. Big task ahead. Finished in third position. It's been a great season for the Gold Coast. It's unfortunate a couple of their star players can't be here for the semi-final tonight. Do or die. Don't write them off. That is for sure. The Rebels, though, what a great end to the season they've had. Before last week's draw against first place Country Club Colts, they'd won 3 on the trot coming into the final series. So they are in good form, and they're looking good to go again tonight. Let's take a look at the key player matchup for this evening's match. We've got Jackson Walker for the UQ Rebels and Jermaine Day-Bergmuir. Not much more you can say about that. Good, stable season for Jackson Walker. Full season in the Metro Cup this year. Player to watch tonight for the Rebels, along with many throughout their lineup. And Day-Bergmuir is going to have to take it to another cog tonight. The old hand is going to need to lead the front from the front, along with Peter Norman. Like we said, a couple of players coming in on debut tonight. Not a bad place to make your debut in a semi-final. It's Kite Leggett, who's made his way up into the commentary box. He's huffing, he's puffing, but he's here. Good to see you, Kite.
Yeah, thanks for having me, mate. It's that was a long run from field 3. I'll be honest, I'm a bit disappointed Zach didn't put me closer. But it's finals footy for the Div 1 Colts boys, so we're happy.
Nice one. And it's the second semi-final tonight. In the men's, we'll see the defending champs, the Country Club Colts, taking on Redlands. Colts coming off that 5-all draw last week against the Rebels. The only blemish for the season, undefeated up until that point. For Redlands, Australian men's player Corey Russell comes back into the lineup tonight. Redlands are going to throw the kitchen sink at the Colts, but will it be enough?
And the rest from the kitchen sink. I think they're going to try everything in the book that they have against a very, very, very strong Colts side. So it'll be a very interesting game to watch that one.
Second match in our coverage is the UQ Rebels taking on Brothers in the Women's Premier Division. The Rebels looking for an amazing 4 grand final victories in a row, but Brothers definitely got the strike power to go toe-to-toe with UQ tonight.
Yeah, and that's it. And we're having a chat to Darty just then, the coach of the Brothers girls, and he did say he was holding off a little bit last week, even though it wasn't the scoreline that they wanted. But same thing, they'll throw the kitchen sink at a lot of them.
The other semi-final in the Women's Premier Division tonight is the Southern Storm taking on the Country Club Colts. We saw both those two teams come up against each other last week. 4-all draw. Natasha Adams scoring on the hooter to level things up. 1v4 doesn't matter. Colts will come in with a lot of momentum after that draw, last-minute draw, last round.
Absolutely. They have a habit of doing that, the Colts leaving things to the last minute, unfortunately, but it's good for the crowd to watch that one. And as you say, speaking to a couple of girls throughout the week, they're playing really, really good touch at the moment, the Colts, and they'll be looking to do the same thing tonight.
You can see our Rebels on screen. James Hegedus, one of those players that we mentioned in the lead-up. Leading, giving final instructions. They look nice and calm and relaxed in there at the moment. They know there's a job ahead of them here.
They do. Yeah, they look very comfy in that little huddle there. So be looking for a big performance out of their main guys tonight, Jimmy Hegedus included. So let's see what they bring out tonight.
Gold Coast coming off the bye last week. So fresh legs coming into tonight's semi-final. And like we said, a couple of players making their debut. They won't forget this game too often. There's not many opportunities you get to make your debut in a finals match.
That's right. It's a good game to make a debut in, that's for sure. And a semi-final is definitely the one to do it in. But yeah, as you can probably see in the background there, there's a lot of people around Field 5. We've just had a drop-off down there. So slightly delayed start for the Div 1 for the Prems game tonight. So we'll see. Very good game to watch, I reckon. Very tight.
Absolutely. So knockout football from here. If scores do happen to be level at the full-time siren, we'll go into extra time. Grand finals tomorrow night. A little bit tricky, isn't it? Backing up Friday, straight into Saturdays. Not too many times. It's pretty much the only time throughout a season like this where you have a semi-final, grand final straight away next tomorrow night.
Yeah, that's it. And it's definitely something that you look forward to. I know for a lot of the boys, especially the Div 1 sides coming up early doors tonight, there'll be a little bit more rest in the legs, that's for sure. But Friday, Saturday game takes you back to the old NYC tournaments, back when we were all fit.
Yeah, that was a while ago for me.
Included.
That was a while ago for me, I can tell you that much. But yeah, if you can't be, if you're not planning on watching it tomorrow night on KS Sports or Sky Sports or Sky Sports Next, wherever you are across the globe, if you are in Brisbane, one of these two teams, they've got to get themselves that chance and get through the door and book that ticket tonight.
That's it. Yeah, I think Gold Coast do need to come out a lot hotter than they have the last couple of games that they've played. They're up against a very, very strong UQ team. So hopefully for the Gold Coast sake, they do come out red hot. But yeah, as I say, I think this will come down to the wire.
Coast are going to get us underway here in the semi-final. First touch of the footy. Nothing to lose tonight, the Gold Coast. They have to go hard at this UQ Rebels team. The start's important. Perfect start for them. And who else? Pete Norman, one of their most experienced players out on the park. He had his hand in everything in that set of 6, and he was the one man to finish it off.
Mate, red hot there, absolutely. This is a pet play set up for Norman. Takes off on that long side there. Looking for a little red play, but just got that link outside to get them that first strike on the board.
Rebels won't be too rattled by that. Now they're on the run. Walker, player who we mentioned in our key play matchup tonight for UQ. Out in the right link position. Searle goes away from Notley. Bit of space here for Priddle. Good footwork. Searle on the ground. Notley flicks it out the back. Walker still hung out with it. There was space on the right. They put the brakes on for the time being. Good defence though in recovery from the Coast. Coming into the last touch now. Priddle goes flat and hard at the line. Comes off the back of Dylan Maid. Nice defended set in the end. They looked a little bit like they might have been in trouble there for a second, the Coast, but they recovered nicely.
Yeah, strong defensive set there as well. They just held their ground really, really well and, held UQ up, which is exactly what they wanted to do, give themselves a breather coming back for that fourth touch. And they get a really, really good exit here as well to get to halfway on 3, so see if they can finish one off.
Now on a little bit of pressure here to find some support and eventually do it. Here's Charlton, away from the first defender. Ooh, just squeeze the ball away. They continue to play on. Rebels will shut the play out with Notley making the touch.
Yeah, that's a safe guy to have on your 5th and last touch in front of the ball, that's for sure.
Walker ducks ahead. Gets him towards the halfway line. Risky ball there from Priddle to Courtney. Bauer plays it. Madden sweeps, kicks away from the first defender, decides to rip out to Sharp, who loops it back on the inside, dips away at the boots there of Prendergast.
Yeah, I don't think that pass was needed there. I think they had 2 touches up the sleeve, but they look good coming on there. They definitely had some roll, and I think it had Gold Coast struggling a little bit for ground, but they get away with another one.
Now Phillips, a bit isolated from half, picks up, short ball, nice clean play of the ball, gets him back on the front foot. Last touch, early release and long to May. He's quick, good footwork, almost getting in between. Bauer pretty comfortable in the end to make the touch.
Yeah,
turn it over. And Patrick Lamb, one of those players on debut tonight for the Coast. Rebels make changes and just come off the feet there.
That was well done, Jimmy Hegg. Got the penalty they needed there, just happened to put the ball slightly in behind that winger there to get themselves a penalty. That's just smart touch football.
So a full set of 6. 10 metres out from the line. Here the Rebels. Bauer plays it on the 7. Priddle out to Searle. Early releasing Courtney. He has a snatch at it. Right idea. Early space.
Was the one they wanted. Acres of room out here for that one there. Just unfortunate wasn't able to grab onto it.
Rebels come forward on the first touch. Searle, there's players down, there's bodies down. Norman smartly holds on to the football. Links up with Dylan May. Referee's happy to continue to play on. Dayberg Muir over halfway. Charlton get himself in a half here. Lightning quick if he can find space. Nice ball out. Even better ball on the inside. Just can't be reeled in. Not a bad set there from the Gold Coast where it looked like things were falling apart. Players down on the grass all over the place. Just smart footy. They carried on. Picked up some good metres.
Yeah, it did look a little bit shambolic coming in towards the line there. But, yeah, they did finish well. And they've got 2 touches up the sleeve here.
Prendergast, right foot, too quick for his own good there. Blaze sliding in, coming into the last touch of the set.
And that's the thing as well. You probably can't see it on the screen there at home, but the fields are actually, considering the amount of rain that we've had over the last couple of days, where there's been hail in some parts of Brisbane, it is a little bit slipperier than first expected. So it'll be tough for the full 40 minutes tonight.
Skinner gets them going forward. Nice ball out in front. Eriksson turns it over. Rebels now start their set. Courtney feeding it to Madden from half. Receives it back. Prendergast straight away. Offloads to Notley. Penalty here. Matt Lavery pulling them back on side. Supported by Jordan Randall and Lachlan Freshwater tonight. Lavery on field at the moment. Again, good attacking position here for the Rebels. Higgins.
Oh, wow.
Back to Eddie. Comes off the hands of Eriksson. Repeat set.
A good little QB play, that one. We'll look for a lot of that tonight, especially with Notley on the outside of that.
Eddie goes to Higgins early. Looping ball over the top. They couldn't quite get it to Courtney the last time around. This time they find him nicely. Rebels on the board.
Yeah, back to 1-1 there. Gold Coast just weren't able to read that little backside play there, and that's one of the naughtiest sinker balls I think I've ever seen. Good eyes from Heg there.
Won't come past too many easier ones than that. James Courtney. Put it on the platter from Hegedus. So locked up here in the semi-final. 1 try apiece. Gold Coast from the restart. Here's Norman getting players in a position. Dayberg Muir. They go away from the sweeper. Oh, not a bad option. Great read in defence there from Sharp.
Yeah, he's done very well to stop that there. Norman looked very dangerous coming back alongside there. Just unfortunately had to play a little bit here, but UQ looking to throw a lot of legs on the field now with 3 touches down.
Here's Kalen Bell. Kicks away from Pete Norman. Madden, nice little ball off the hip to Prendergast. Players down on the ground. They've got players out of position here. Courtney again. They come his way. Geez, that's a good set of 6 there from the Rebels. And they finish it off with points. Back-to-back tries here for James Courtney.
Things starting to flow here for UQ. And it starts along 3 touches back as they come onto the field there. They're just able to kick out with that little A in the middle there. And you see a great little out ball there to the winger. They found Courtney twice for 2 tries. It gives them the advantage.
In front for the first time in the game, UQ. Important for the Coast here to just keep trading punches with them. They've definitely really taken the momentum and control of the game. The Rebels, link ball would have been on there. Charlton just flings one out the back. Still manages to find Dylan May. It was a great ball in the end. It shows the skill of some of these young kids.
Yeah, that's what's called a low percentage play, but that came off. How?
Never in doubt.
No, that's
young
it.
Charlton.
Yeah.
Never in doubt.
Page 3 of the playbook.
Here's Kelso. They're really picking up the metres. And the Rebels, look at this set. They've gone coast to coast. Kelso put some sauce on that one.
Yeah, that was it. They've gone 3 times this way, towards this link here. And that link hole is starting to open because of the work that they're doing to the 2 middles. And because of that, it's leaving the winger in two minds. And it's happened that twice now he's made the wrong decision and come in, and they've thrown it over the top to Courtney to score. So keep watching for that for the next 11 minutes.
Coast coming out of their end. The transition's been not too bad as well. They just haven't quite made the same amount of meters in their sets as the Rebels have. Nice ball out the back. Footwork for there as well. Comfortable touch from Notley. Now Kelso having to come in from the back fence there and take that one. Struggling for meters here. Bauer's going to try and punch them out of the box. Searle goes forward on the last. Bauer has a look up, plays down on the deck and skipping across field. Liam Bauer links up with Jesse Priddle. That was slick on the back of that.
That was disgusting, wasn't it? Yeah, as soon as Bauer picks up, gets that middle away, and really left Norman in the middle there with not much to be able to do, and holds it up enough. That first little pump fake gets the link out. Finds Priddle straight down the middle for 3-1.
Really on top now, UQ. Running the 2 tries. Still 10 minutes to go here in the first half.
Yeah, a lot of action left, isn't there?
Now Dayberg Muir. He's getting in underneath, looking for offside players. Belt makes the touch. Here's Norman inside the 7. Gets a nice quick flick ball. And out to Sharp, who picks it off. Now they've got to turn and attack into defence here, the Gold Coast. And they go away from the interchange area. Madden and Prendergast pick up cheap meters down the left-hand side of the field as they come back now to Foxcroft, who has to straighten them up. Notley picks up and goes from half, clipped on the boots. Randall says yes.
He's not a guy you want to leave with much space on 5th and last at all. And somehow managed to make the touch there. So, keep it from being 4-1. Yeah. Certainty.
Big touch there from Carter Skinner. And which way is this one going to go? Freshwater says pick it up and play it.
Yeah, could have been a bit of mayo on that, I think.
Here's Quade Whakatii's short ball. Here he goes. Shreds it. Gets his team a repeat set. Nice touch from the young man. Working with Charlton in the middle. Here he is, wearing number 1 tonight on debut.
Yeah.
Nice read from Kelso.
He just didn't have his eyes up a little bit early enough to be able to read that Kelso was back there on the link. And if he had, he would have been able to throw that out ball as they go for a little rooster play.
Just getting the timing wrong there. And forward pass is the result. Rebels will get changes.
God, that's a great subset.
Bauer gets away from the first defender. Nice ball back on the inside. They're on the back foot. Here the coast. Prendergast.
Long.
Ategatis, who does play it out there, I should say, on the left. You end up going down the short side. Looked like you were looking for him to come back towards the right.
Yeah, I would have, but that's why I'm up here and not down there playing Prems. But that little latch play that Liam Bauer did to get them just that acreage in the middle of the field, it really opened everything up. Had a lot of options.
Dayberg Muir for Norman. Has a look up, can't hit the target in Ericsson. He's been busy, and plenty of footy come his way out here in the left link position tonight. Norman makes the first touch. Kelso gets the Rebels over the halfway line. Searle, inside ball to Priddle. Norman out of position at the moment. Searle has a look up. Nice work from Dylan May.
Yeah, good defence from the wing there to be able to stop that one. They look like they had a few numbers out there. Rebels are just starting to create a little bit more room than I think Gold Coast would be able to like to give them. They just have that extra roll on coming on.
This is a good roll here from the coast. Though, nice little short ball. Not a bad option, though. Don't mind that. There was some space again out the back. They finished their set of 6, though, on the 7-metre line. Big defensive set needed now from the coast. These meters the Rebels are making, though, they're relentless. Particularly when these changes come out of the box. Madden plays it. Last touch. Prendergast, they just can't hold their feet at the moment. The poor old Gold Coast slipping and sliding all over the place, and Rebels, they're making them pay.
Yeah, that's it. And just Prendergast being able to split the middles and takes off on this short side here. And I said it 5 minutes ago, that field, especially in that 7 metre line from the last couple of days worth of rain, and not taking anything away from, Blaze himself, but you've got to be able to stay upright on your feet, and you've got to be able to keep that body centred, and just making fun of it at the moment.
It's the roll and the pace, though, that the Rebels are coming into the line. It's got to be hard to defend. Now Charlton almost getting on the outside.
Absolutely.
This makes a big touch.
They can do it both ways as well. I think it's the work that's being done early in the first 3 touches to be able to bring those middles so far apart. It really opens up as they go to the long side.
Yeah, good call here from Matt Lavery. It almost looked like Bauer had pulled out of the touch as well, but players were offside. Might have even been Bauer. That was the call. Good opportunity here for the Coast with 5 to go in the first half. 4 unanswered tries from the Rebels. Sees them in front 4-1 on the scoreboard at the moment. Sudden death football here at the Metro Cup.
These two have got 4 minutes to try and find something here to get it back to 4-2, and, well, that was nearly it.
Another penalty, though.
Courtney not happy with that one, even though he was about 3 foot offside, but that's okay. It's good options at least. They're getting that winger coming in, so now that he'll be trying to set that up so Norman be able to throw that long ball.
Now Daybeg Muir slick off the left foot. Nice little short ball. Good touch there from Kelso. They're going to bring it back. Forward passes the call. Happy with that one there, the Coast. Bauer. It's away. Really working hard at the moment, the Coast. Higgitus back inside. Notley plays it. He'll work with Searle here. And Notley decides to kick away. Does come back towards Andrew Searle now. Happy to throw the footy around here, UQ. Searle into half. Who's early out to Sharp.
Ball.
With nobody in front. Took a little juggle there from James Sharp. Rank kick back to halfway.
That was a shank and a half, but that's just the perfect ball out there, just to be able to run that J line out to the winger. And they were setting these plays up 10 minutes ago, and they're just making it look easy now, and are finishing really, really well. So full advantage to UQ coming into halftime.
Did pretty comfortably in the end. And Sharpie out on the left wing. Gets his first try for the game.
He plucked it off the bootlaces, didn't he?
Now the Coast, good footwork. And Skinner forced to come back in field. They pick up a little bat on play. Oh, Courtney came in, took one for his troubles. Yeah, they've overturned the decision. Good call in the end. So repeat set. 2.5 to go here in the first half. I think Lavery's happy with this.
Yeah.
There you go. Nice hit back from the Coast. They needed one as well. They get their second try on the board.
Yeah, big there. I think it just didn't. It was probably about 1.5 meters short there. They've come back short side for a little punish play. They got both the middle and the link up. Yeah, I'm going to say he's definitely only got 1 foot back there. So good call from Lavery in the end there. Gold Coast hit back.
So 5-2 in front. The Rebels, 2 minutes to go. Important 2 minutes for both teams. Rebels, though, definitely comfortable on the scoreboard at the moment. Big defensive set needed here from the Coast. They don't want to leak any more points this half. Notley back to Searle. Searle just slings it over the top. Notley can't get away from the first defender. They're in trouble again. Kelso comes out to Courtney. Comes off that right foot. He tries to slide it in underneath. That was sharp there from Courtney.
Hurt my ankles up here watching that. That was beautiful.
More pressure here for the Coast. Kelso plays it. Footwork. And almost tackled mid-air there. Ball. Play on in touch. Penalty in the NRL.
Uh-oh.
Notley on the sweep. Holds it up. Rips it. And ball down. Coming off Foxcroft there. Can they get down the other end in the coast? Another try here. Definitely give them a little spark and they'll continue to feel like they're in this game. Charlton just couldn't quite get the clean pick-up. Just probably caught in two minds. Probably needed to get the ball down on the first occasion. They held off him, kicked again, and that was just enough to disrupt the play of the ball.
And that's smart footy there by Searle again, just knowing that he was off balance and being able to push him off balance enough to hold up the play of the ball as they get a nice penalty here coming out of their line. Not long left in the first half now. Be an absolute pity if UQ score another one here.
Tom Eddy plays it. Bell, oh, gee whiz, there's some contact there. Charlton came in, it just looked awkward, didn't it?
It's just lots going on here.
Yeah, he's getting a forced substitution. I think he's just trying to take seconds off the clock, which he does. So momentarily, they've got a player advantage, and they take full advantage with Hegedus scoring as the halftime siren sounds in the background. You can see Charlton, he got sent to the sideline, whacked straight away. He knew exactly how much time was on the clock there, Jimmy Hegedus.
I think he sent a lot of people to the tuck shop with that dummy. But yeah, look, UQ just right on top at the moment. You know, we expected them to come out quick and hopefully, you know, obviously Gold Coast can come into halftime and be able to put a few back on them.
So 1 foot in the door to make and potentially another grand final. The UQ Rebels halftime score here: UQ 6, Gold Coast 2.
This grass looks smart, and it's tough enough to handle whatever you throw at it, so it stays looking smart. Tiff Tough Hybrid Bermuda, the smart grass.
Welcome back to the Metro Cup. We're at halftime here in the semi-final of the Men's Premier Division. The UQ Rebels in front. They've got the control of this one so far, 6-2. Gold Coast, all guns blazing at the start, scoring from the tap-off. You thought, ooh, they might be in for this one, but it was just clinical from basically from that point on from the Rebels.
Yeah, Gold Coast come out red hot. You know, they scored in the first 30 seconds, and then halfway through the first half, it just kind of seemed they pulled the handbrake a little bit there, and obviously UQ with the gun coaching staff that they have down there and that the gun players that were able to capitalise on that and, you know, really pull away from them at the end of the first half.
And you can see Blacks at the moment. They're in the box seat, and that's for sure here, UQ. Can they make it into another grand final? Went down to the Colts last year. Do we have another Colts Rebels grand final on our hands?
Yes, I'll say it.
I'll say put them on the line.
I'll say it. Wild for them to be wearing jumpers out there at the moment. It's humid as down here, but no, it'll set up a very, very good game of touch football tomorrow if you're out and around Brizzy, that's for sure.
Women's Premier match to follow. And we've got the UQ Rebels taking on Brothers again, second versus third in that one. Predictions?
Sure.
I feel like you're thinking an upset potentially.
Yeah, I am. I want to stick with it. I'll go Brothers by one. Having a chat with Darty tonight. in our ones game. He said, that they didn't really throw the full playbook at them the last time, so be looking for them to come out very hard and with quite a large arsenal to throw.
Let me see if this changes your mind. It might not to start with. Both teams played each other in the women's. Round 3, 4-all draw. Round 8, 8-0 Rebels.
No.
Not going to change it.
I'm sticking with it. 10 on the nose.
UQ Rebels coming into this one, 3 wins on the trot, including that 8-0 win over Brothers in round 8. 3-time defending Metro Cup champions, looking for a 4th title in a row. They won the Queensland State Cup, the NTL Championships, and the Metro Cup last year. Looking for another slice of history.
Okay, now you're putting mayo on it. No, thanks, mate.
All right, mate, I give... Oh, here we go. I was just going to... Oh!
Early doors. Now we're going.
Not happy with the call. I like the intent, though, from the Gold Coast. Come out nice and physical. First touch. And saying in Rebels, if you guys are going to win this, we're going to make you earn it. And that's what you want, particularly if you're in the coaching box for the Gold Coast in this one. Nice touch. Harding coming up. Might have just made his way up the Gold Coast, up the highway. I can't recall seeing Harding there in the first half.
Ball.
Link ball. Hegedus slings it over the top to Sharp.
Yep, that's lovely.
It's quality footy.
That's it. We were saying at halftime, they're gonna need a lot to keep the Rebels out of this one as they set up big 4-on-3 platform. Little passive link hole, and Heg just does well with the body position there to be able to turn and find the winger, and that's one of the easiest tries you'll see tonight.
Second try of the game for James Sharp. 2 tries to Sharp, 2 tries to Courtney.
It'd be an absolutely bad day to see Drummy on a sweep here.
Here he comes. Ooh, takes a little juggle. Has to hold it. Has a look back at his old mate Pete. Wasn't too happy.
Half a spray.
Goes, come on, mate. Get on with it. And they come back together. These 2 legends.
Uh-oh.
Dayberg Muir gets it done. Don't worry about the previous play. We'll get it sorted on the next one, he says. High fives, baby. We're back. We're good.
That was disgusting. I just about threw up here watching that. We've seen this for near on 20 years with these 2. It's a bad day to be a middle. Gets the middle out, steps back in. Yeah, that's feral.
He is sharp as ever, Drum.
How old is he? He'd be, 40s?
Yeah, I think he has hit the 4-0 officially. Left foot.
How can you be doing that? Stop it.
What a legend. No other word to describe him.
Mm-hmm.
Here's Bauer. Searle holds it.
He wanted that bad.
Now
Ball.
Bauer comes out of the hands a bit wibbly wobbly.
Joe Burrow out there playing for the UQ boys.
And the forward pass is rightfully called. Now the coach looking for changes. Get him out on the park now. Here's Charlton. Comes to Lamb. And Charlton again. They got their numbers on the left. They go short. And they've got to get back. Stop this Rebels juggernaut. The way they've made meters.
God, that's easy.
Second touch. Now Walker. Now to the box. Alarm bells ringing here.
Yeah, the big wee-woos.
Wow. That is good footy from the Rebels. And they were happy about that one in the box. Just perfect set of 6. Transition out of the box from this point here.
Yep.
Clinical. Hegedus, smart, ball down. This ball from Walker is an absolute peach.
Days. He just held it up enough to make that link commit. And once that link was in that state of mind, I'm going, oh, God, do I go in, do I not? It was trouble. But here comes Drummy again on a sweep, I would think.
Finds himself in half this time.
Still a bad day to be a middle. Oh, no.
Oh, give it to him again. Back to back. Those are the... He still didn't look like he was all that happy maybe with the ball here. He had a little quick look. So they hold off here. It's coming. You can see it coming.
Yeah.
It comes off the left early. Wow.
A little sweep ninja, and he's... As they hold up here, they go, all right, we'll go again. Guys, this middle dump's really good. Norman picks up for the ninja, and then Norman is... Well, Drummy was absolutely filthy at the bloke making the touch, but they look like they're going to do it again.
Now Notley sends it out. Foxcroft. They hold him out. So 8-4.
Come out with a bit of grit, which is what we like to see. early. I think Drummy's decided to put the foot down, same with Norman. So, a very interesting 15 minutes now.
Again, comes back to first touch. Now there's players down on the ground.
Oh, that was it too.
Bell looks a little gingered. Charlton gives him a little pat on the back. See Bell hobbling in the background. He'll come over for a breather now as Notley gets away from Harding. Walker, sharp.
Great kick.
On the outside, forces Charlton to commit into the touch. Priddle now plays it a step short of the 7. Searle
Ninja.
gets himself into the in-goal area, just loops it over the top. Nice defence, though, from the coast. Not giving him any options down this short side.
They had the ninja option there as well, which is what the play that Drummy and Norman scored off a couple of minutes ago. Searle took off and went short side. Had that little inside play there, but just missed it, unfortunately. And they killed it over this side of the field, but it's exactly what they wanted.
Really working for meters in this set. Again, players down on the deck. Last touch now. They sling it out. And they couldn't reel it in. So just over the halfway line in that set of 6. It's probably been one of the main differences between both teams where they're starting their sets of 6 and the territory battle between them. UQ in front and all elements of that throughout this game.
Yeah, definitely. I think UQ just have that little bit more roll at the moment. As you can see coming into the line, they've got 2 touches up the sleeve as they come into last. And oh my days. Oh, no, don't
Kelso.
you dare. Oh.
Just catching and slinging it again over the shoulder. The touch was made as the pass has been thrown.
There hasn't been much that hasn't happened tonight, has there?
A bit of everything, isn't it? Seeing flick balls. Dayberg Muir, brilliant.
And a G up too. That was good fun.
That was
fun to
good.
watch.
A bit of banter out there, a little bit of chat between the players as well. Charlton came off the hands of one of his own players. And they're out of position here, 2 Gold Coast players. Rebels know it. Look at this. Haggertis comes off the left foot. Ball on the inside to Eddie. Charlton
Spin your
comes
ears back, Eddie.
in. Oh. A couple of quick boys out there from the coast tonight.
His little legs didn't get off the treadmill there, unfortunately, for Tommy Eddie, but he's got himself into good position as he comes for a well-earned sub.
Madden onto the field. He sweeps around the back. Prendergast goes early. Bauer diving in at the line. We've seen him pull that one off a couple of times.
That was a play too. That winger really committed short side.
Adder in the end. And Blaze picks up from the back pocket.
Yeah, that was lovely to watch. I think sent everyone for an ice cream up the top here. Bauer throws a big dummy. Norman goes searching. There's not many times you can say that. And Blaze just a really good cut around the back of the winger. UQ's starting to pull away now.
9-4. Another grand final berth on the horizon here for the Rebels. Looking for redemption after last year's grand final loss. Now the Coast find themselves into the in-goal area. Touch has been made. Bad little play there from half. Here's Whakatea short, plays it. Gets it back nice off the left foot.
Yeah.
Good try from the young man. On debut tonight, Quade Whakatea Shaw scores his first try in men's Premier competition. Congratulations, young fella.
Off the nudie. Love to see it. Just that little punish play, step back. The middle just was just that little bit too slow on the inside there. And it's a bit of a pattern play we're seeing from Gold Coast at the moment, that UQ are really starting to throw the link up. And they're just taking advantage of that. And they're staying in the fight. They're staying in the grind. It's been a big second half for Gold Coast. Let's see if they can go with them now.
Margin back down to 4. Hetty spills the footy coming into the roll ball. A better position for them to start their set of 6 this time around here, the Coast.
See a much better roll as they come in for 4th touch here.
Here's Lamb. Last touch of the set. Ball on the inside. Oh, nice work. Yeah, give it to him. He knew straight away there, Drum. No, he's going to take it back, and they're going to say the ball on the inside was forward.
It's like Notley knew. That $20 at the start of the game must have helped.
Now Eddie. Kelso plays it on the 10-metre line of the Coast. Bauer And the Prendergast goes short to Madden. And this Dayberg Muir looks to get things underway. Actually going to get a penalty here. Touch and pass is the call. I don't think, although the penalty came, Trum wasn't that happy with it because they wanted to go. That actually did give UQ an opportunity to get their defensive 6 players back into position. Just took that opportunity for any sort of flow of momentum on the first touch.
Yeah, and I reckon that's worthy of a blow-up too, if I'm honest with you. Like, if I was in Drummy's shoes there, I'd be absolutely fuming.
Yeah, on the mark, ready to go. They've got to play the penalty though, and the refs. There's another one from the touch and pass. So under 10. Halfway through the second half, there's Madden. Kicks away. Put the pressure ball there to Foxcroft. They hold on to possession. Sharp finds himself in field. And Searle gets his way back out onto the park. Now Belt. Nice ball. Nice cover defence though from Mike Phillips.
They did well there, touch and pass back in the middle of the field they're called, but they did well to be able to finish off the advantage that they had. And they just you'll be able to see now from the UQ side they'll try and run the clock out. They're 4 ahead, try and compose this lead. Fortunate mistake there from the Gold Coast. And Gold Coast now for the last 8.5 minutes they'll throw the kitchen sink at UQ to try and get within 4.
Here's Notley, gets away from Norman, takes him on again, gets away from another one. Dayberg Muir coming back at him. Nice work there from Drum, forcing the switch ball back on the inside to Foxcroft. I'll slow things down momentarily as Norman comes up to make the touch. Notley again on the last. Hegedus, great ball, punching through the link. Tom Eddy crosses for another Rebels try. And they can do no wrong here, UQ.
That's beautiful. Jake Notley on the sweep here really brings Norman out, gets for the 4-on-3, and Hegg throws a perfect link ball. They're now starting to creep away with it. UQ, they've got not long left to be able to hold on to this lead and book themselves a spot in the final.
When you start to put the Q in the rack a little bit, thinking that you've got a game tomorrow night?
Mate, to keep it a stack, I wouldn't put the Q in the rack. I don't think I could trust myself enough to do it because of that. You can try and be careful, and you are 5 up, but you can probably be never too careful.
And you don't want to finish the game in a negative fashion as well.
That's
just
right.
Knowing 24 hours later you got to be back here. I want to have a good 40-minute performance. You'd feel they're well on the way. Oh, now a rare mistake. Pretty much the whole side here making changes.
No one in front.
Send it out, boys.
Run.
They come back to where the Rebels players are. They recover. They took the opportunity to make some changes as well. Probably not a bad idea to hold it up when you bring in Norman and David Muir back onto the park.
Probably a good play if you ask me.
Don't listen to us, boys. Listen to the old heads. Here they are again.
He can't be
players offside. He's having a good chat out there, Drum.
Don't mind a spray, does he?
He's good. He's good. He's just asking questions.
Yep,
He's
politely.
Just asking questions. He'll keep you on your toes. Here's Norman. Can't hit, mate. Just over 6 to go.
He's still questioning. UQ have found legs here. On the sideline, they're very, very loud. And you look at, if you can try and compare both body languages, UQ seem to be, obviously it helps being 5 ahead, but also just the comparison in body languages between the two teams at the moment, just Gold Coast just look like they're struggling to find something.
As we mentioned, missing a couple of players, a couple of their young superstars in Kai Tika and Lennox Tika, who've been great for the Coast this year. Almost getting a second try at their young Quaid. Here's Harding. Infield. Erickson. Norman. Oh, he does get it this time around. 2 tries. On debut, a double for the young fella. And he receives a lovely ball there from Pete Norman.
Great little Rooster early release play. Commits that link into making a touch that he doesn't want to, especially in that play. They had the middle that was covering on the inside. If he had just had that little bit more trust, he would have been able to go with him. So gets them to within 4, but is it enough?
Here's Bauer, who loops one out. And this is just probably what we were talking about before. I don't feel like they're putting the cue in the rack necessarily, but you just start to find yourself taking it back a peg and find yourself a little bit comfortable. All of a sudden, just a couple of little mistakes, some plays that you don't typically go with. Yeah, they start to creep in here.
I think they have started to chalk it as they pick up big 4 on 3. They get through.
Nice recovery, though, in the middle. They're in all sorts of trouble there. He's hunting. Picked up from half.
A little bit of Barney rubble there in the middle, but they've exited really well. Self finds an extra 20 metres to get them up to halfway.
Walker plays it. Hegedus been good tonight again.
Oh, stop.
Walker, though. Got the contact as the pass has been played. Rebels brothers up next in the Women's Premier semi-final. In the semi-final tonight in the Women's Premier. Southern Storm taking on the Colts. Grand Finals tomorrow night here at the Metro Cup. You can see the Women's Premier and Men's Premier Grand Finals live. Rebels here from the mistake from the coast. Eddie, only got a try here in the second half. Almost reverses his way in to the try line.
Yeah, just a little bit of discipline needed here for UQ as they go back 4 on 3 set up. They go long.
Notley.
Stop it.
He goes short. Walker can't get in between the defenders. 3 to go. They get a penalty.
Smart. I reckon now you can probably go from 4th gear to 3rd gear, but not fully there yet.
Drums back out on the park. What a second half he's had.
Or maybe not.
Here he goes again. Moving
no.
short side. Underneath. Players get back on side. Confirmation here. It's Notley. And a touch has been made. Now, if you were watching, you could see as he was walking back, he put both feet sliding back on the line. Let's take a look.
I'm not sure about that.
So Notley there. I'm giving that.
Yeah,
I'm giving that a try.
Sorry, Jake. As much as I love him, I think that's down.
Oh, now Hegedus just clutching at a draw as he hits the deck, comes over to the in-goal area. The sideline, I should say.
Country strong, Heg.
Here's Madden.
Oh, no.
Nice little late ball to Prendergast. He comes down the short side to Courtney.
Drummy done short side.
Courtney gets his 3rd.
That's it. Now is where you can probably put the cue in the rack. That's 5 up now. They just are done with a little A there. Drummy just overcommits just to touch and doesn't really give the winger much of a choice but to shut there. And Courtney goes over for his 3rd.
So the Rebels into another Men's Premier Grand Final. Coming in with a lot of form as well. Played the Colts. And we don't know the result yet of Colts Redlands. Let's not just presume the Colts are going to be there.
Yeah,
as Gold Coast go over again.
Lovely.
But yeah, been great form towards the back end. It was a little bit of a slowish start. A couple of their star players taking a couple of extra weeks to get back into the team after the World Cup earlier on in the year. The back half of the season's been great. As we mentioned, 3 wins on the trot and had a draw with the Colts coming into the last round. That was a massive, massive game for them. And a big win here against the Coast tonight. And coming into tomorrow's grand final in red-hot form.
That's it. You know, you start looking at the what-ifs, the maybes, and you always say, you know, you're smarter past the post. But Gold Coast had to come out the way they started the second half. Anything could... No, stop it. Oh...
Touch is made. Looked too good to be true there, didn't it?
It did, unfortunately. But as time starts to dwindle down now, UQ, impressive win.
Yeah, through to another grand final. University of Queensland Rebels, first team through to the men's Premier Grand Final tomorrow night. Commiserations to the Gold Coast. What a season it's been for them. Unfortunately, they couldn't get their strongest team out on the park here for the semi-final tonight. But they're a team on the rise and a team to watch out for next year.
Definitely. Look, that second half really spoke a lot about how Gold Coast can play. You know, there are a lot of really talented players in that Gold Coast side, but just, UQ started red hot tonight and we're just able to keep it there.
Women's Prem semi-final coming up next. UQ Rebels taking on Brothers. Stay with us. More action to come.
This grass looks smart, and it's tough enough to handle whatever you throw at it, so it stays looking smart. Tip Tough Hybrid Bermuda, the smart grass.
Welcome back to live action here at the Metro Cup. We're into the Women's Premier Semi-Finals now. UQ Rebels, the defending champs, taking on Brothers. This is the second versus third knockout semi-final. Let's see who goes through to the grand final tomorrow night. Our other semi-final, the Southern Storm taking on the Country Club Colts. We'll try and keep an eye on that and bring you the results as well. We'll check on the result from the other men's semi-final as well, Country Club Colts and Redlands. Hopefully bring you who tomorrow night's grand finalists will be. Let's pay our attention now to this match here. Rebels, Brothers, you're calling for what would be potentially an upset, you'd have to say, in Brothers getting this victory. They're a big red-hot chance tonight against UQ.
They are, and Big Male, apparently I've been disowned from my own family for taking Brothers, but look, it is what it is. They're coming up against a very good UQ Rebel side, as we see the team on the screen there now. Loads of Australian players there in the mix, and it's definitely going to be a tough game for Brothers to stick with them, but I definitely think they can do it.
Yeah, like the men's coming in on a 3-game winning streak into the finals. They finished in second position, 5 wins, a draw and 2 losses. And coach Renee Murphy and Leisha Thuard. Like the men's program, the women's program, the experience that they got in the box, Australian Women's Open coach, Queensland Women's Open coach as well. It doesn't get too much better than that. Yeah,
bulk experience there, isn't there? There's just everywhere you look on that screen, there's just experience and just really, really good ball players. And you'll expect UQ to come out red hot tonight off the start. So we'll see if Brothers can go with them.
We'll take a look at the Brothers lineup for tonight as well. Handy lineup. And you can see them over on the far side of the field and led by their captain, Kim Soo See. Couple of good experienced players, Bella Folds, Kat Stevens has played a lot of footy. They've all played a lot of footy together. Consistent lineup. Sammy Glacken, former Australian Women's Open rep. Ray Barker's been great again this year. Sarah Keller has played a lot of representative footy. Brooke English as well. We go through the whole list. This is a good team from Brothers, and you can see why you're getting behind them tonight.
Yeah, there's just lots of experience there as well. They all glue really well and they play a lot of football together. So, as I say, look, if they can come out and start really, really well and, go with them for the full 20 minutes, I think it's going to be a test of stamina and see who can go the longest without making the least mistakes.
Coming off the bye last week, so they've got fresher legs coming to the semi-final tonight. The previous match that they played in round 9, they had a 4-1 victory over the Gold Coast. They drew with the minor premiers, the Southern Storm, in round 5. Great result for them there, but the week after was that 8-0 loss against the Rebels. High, what do you got for me?
Oh, God.
Absolutely zero.
Look,
Buckets.
I always go, hang on, he's gone down the high. He's nearly got away from him there too, and I reckon he has.
I think he might have scored. I was just going to say, what if this drop-off goes for half an hour? How are we going to keep talking?
I don't have enough material. Like most of the jokes that I know, I can't say.
Probably for the best.
Yeah.
Well, the good news is that the drop-off out in one of the backfields has now concluded. And these two teams, these champion teams, will make their way out onto the field now. We won't be too far from getting underway. 2 minutes is the call. Looking forward to hearing the result of the second semi-final tonight as well, particularly coming off the back of that 4-4 draw between the Colts and the Storm last week. What a season it's been from the Storm. Last year's runners-up the year before as well to the Rebels. It's probably the grand final that everyone wants to see again. Can the Storm go them again? But the Colts, you made mention of them, they're your team. They seem to find themselves in this position every year. No one's giving them a chance. All of a sudden, they go good result with the draw. First round of the semi-finals, upset. Who knows? Colts will fancy their chances tonight in that one.
Mate, just built different. I'd say no, I'm not. Look, they're a gritty team. Obviously, yeah. Speaking to a few of them throughout the week, they just played really, really well, and they, some of them didn't expect them to play like that, but some of them also knew that they had that in them as well. So they'll be looking to play a very similar game of football against them this evening. So that'll be definitely one to watch out for the rest of the results.
And really not too much separating these two teams in terms of final position. Obviously, second versus third. The 5 wins for the Rebels, 4 wins for Brothers in the season overall. 2 draws for Brothers, the 1 draw for the Rebels, and both had 2 losses. Toss of a coin.
That's it. It's something to have, something on the nose of, that's for sure. But no, there'll be a good 40 minutes worth of touch football coming up for us here.
Now, great conditions as well. It's warm. We're still sitting at about 24 degrees here in Brisbane. Good to see. We've been hit with storms pretty much all week. Kai made mention in the earlier games. That's just made it a little bit tricky, a little bit slippery. It's a short surface as usual here on Field 1 at Metro Cup in the Whites Hill. And the players, though, are ready to rock and roll. Who's going to progress through to the grand final? Is it the Rebels in another GF, looking for 4 grand finals on the trot there as Tiani Bryce goes a little short ball, nice outside in line, almost caught us on the hop, that's for sure. Almost got Brothers as well.
It did me. That was unbelievable. That was a nice little short ball there, a little 2-point. But as Kim Sissy takes it up to halfway, makes it. God, you don't see much of that. But it's advantage UQ at the moment. It just seems to be a little bit on the mind for most of the Brothers players there, and I'm not sure they were ready for them to come out like that.
Oh, now UQ, it's a jittery start from both teams. Let's just put the finger on the reset button.
Woo.
Let's start it again. We'll get back underway now.
Tap off again, start it again.
Early game jitters here for both these two teams. Nice work. As Files has to come back across and make the touch on Zoe Waters. There's Bartlett. Has a look at options. Back in field. Barker within the 7. Bartlett, short ball. Oh, Notley comes off the right foot. Nice touch in the end from Curtis. 1 to make here on the last touch of this set. Waters picks up looping ball. No one wants a piece of it. The ball hits the deck.
We've had some mail. Storm won in the Women's Premier on Field 3 from last game, so the winner of this one will play Storm in the grand final.
There you go, minor premiers Southern Storm into the grand final. Another grand final, their 3rd on the trot. And looking for a victory. Oh, their fingers off of Marama Thomas. As Donovan, and those fast feet again, slippery though, down on the deck. As Hammond picks up, comes off that left foot and almost finds Donovan on the inside. Almost making something out of nothing there, the Rebels.
Fast game of touch footy so far. There's been a bit of speed about it, so we expect that for the next 20 minutes as Brothers try and get out of their half and make a mistake, unfortunately. And
yeah, just having to reach for it from half.
Could be the advantage that UQ need to go 1 up early doors.
Now 3 referees tonight. Brett Freshwater in the middle, Jacob Gregg and Lachlan Freshwater backing up from the men's match previously. Rebels here in good field position, coming off the error from Brothers. Wanting to set up now. My plays it smack on that 7-metre line as Mara Thomas comes off the left foot. And how did she get between those defenders from Brothers? Quality finish. Good footwork there from Mara Thomas as the Rebels get up.
Yeah, very, very well done there off that kind of middle setup. They come in as what's called an ML. They go onto the short side, step back in, and well, she could have even really gone short as well there. She had plenty of options, but just seemed to catch them slightly out there, Brothers, and UQ get the first points.
Brothers now from the restart. Bella Fields. Sammy Glacken. Susie off the short ball.
Deary
Lovely
me.
switch out the back to Bella. Ooh. That was slick.
Daddy's gone deep in the playbook by the looks of that thing. That was a lovely little switch off the sweep.
Here's Kim now. Back inside. Stevens has to hold off on that sweep. Glacken comes around the other side and just got the timing wrong. Just threw him off there for that last play of the set.
That looked good. I'm still trying to figure out what happened in the middle there. That was a lovely little play, but if they can keep doing that for the next 30 minutes, they are definitely within a shot.
Over the halfway line they go. As changes come onto the park. Donovan, cops a shot. Yep, happy to let that one play on. Was just starting to come down for the play the ball. Wasn't too over vigorous. Nice work, and it was the touch there from Glacken, the experienced players that we made mention of at the start of the game. And here she is, who will tap and get things back underway for Brothers. Bella Fields links back up with Glacken, puts it through the hands, gets them on the front foot so their changes can flow around behind the play the ball. There's Waters. English now out onto the park for Brothers. Waters plays it. It's good contact there from Ashurst. They're going to get the penalty though.
It's Daddy got in the playbook here. There'll be some sort of sweeper play, I think. They look good when they run that sweeper play.
Short ball, Bartlett. Mara Thomas punches up out of the line. It's hands on the footy. Another repeat set. 5 minutes gone here in the first half. Knockout semi-final in the Women's Premier. Bartlett loops over the top and flying through the air. Just came out of the hands forward. Oh, spectacular. It's unfortunate. Nice work out in the corner.
Exactly what you're after there, that setup. They had that perfect, and it just floated forward. Unfortunately, slipped out of their hands.
Off my hair.
Oh, my God.
Not sure if she held on to it in the end. Full stretch. Nice effort from Hoffmeyer.
Olympics worthy, that.
Donovan. Here's my. English makes the touch. Hammond picks up. Yeah, she's quick. Right idea. Trying to link up with Teakle out there on the right. He's had a good season this year. There's young Hammond.
Playing really, really well. This whole Brothers team is playing a very good brand of touch football at the moment, and obviously all of their players just seem to be gelling at the right time and off the back of their captain as they go into fifth and last, go the short side. They look to kill it out there.
Not a bad set. 10 metres out from their line here, the Rebels. And they bring it infield on the first. Just get that extra couple of metres. Taking away from their sub-box on the first two touches. They'll bring it out now down this left-hand side of the field. Hammond plays it. My. Attack right from half. Back in field to Curtis, who links up with Ashurst. Folds, steams onto the ball, takes it right to the defensive line. They'll come back for a touch and pass.
Good defence from Brothers there. Very good slide defence to be able to go with the half runner and push her eventually out of room, and it obviously keeps them away from getting 2-0 up. And it's exactly what they need to do for the next 10 minutes, is just be able to go with them. They don't have to go harder than them, they just need to go with them.
Stevens, good metres out of the box. Bartlett follows suit.
Oh my days.
They're rolling on the back foot here, the Rebels. They take it right to the 7. Glacken picks up, loops over the top, can't hit a target. Good set of 6 though.
That was an early middle call just to roll to the 7, and it gave them enough of an advantage that once they got to the 7, they were comfortable in their defence to be able to stop that. And they did a good enough job to do so, but I wouldn't want to be giving them much more room than that.
Sammy Joe moves it down the sideline. There's Donovan, gets away from Glacken. Hammond, she loves it from here. Clear space into the in-goal area. Just needs to find support. Flirting down that in-goal area. I don't think she can stay in the end.
I'd nearly go back to a replay there. There was a lot of infringement coming into the 7. Just there was a whole lot of blocking, and well, you can't obviously do that in touch, but we're not going to be able to see a replay of it. But there was whoever it was from Brothers did a really, really good job of, even though it was illegal, to be able to stop them from going 2-0 up.
It's only illegal if you get caught.
That's right. Yeah, innocent till proven guilty.
Play on. Not guilty, Your Honour. Brothers, here's Notley. Ball hits the grass. Penalty for the touch and pass. Let's see how they start their set. Homo chooses to roll it. Takes the first one going forward. Ooh, loose ball.
This is their chance now for Brothers to be able to get back to 1-1. They've got good field position. Keep those links honest.
Here's Bella Folds. Scissors, paper, rock, champion.
I forgot about that.
English now plays it, receives it back, comes off that left foot. Nice ball, good hands there from Folds as well to hold on to it. This is touch 4, last one coming. English has a look, comes back into Ray Barker. Last touch, not much punch coming off the back of it, and it flows on to the last touch of the set there. Just a little bit stagnant there coming into the last touch.
Yeah, just probably not as much communication as they would have liked. I think they did have something in mind, but it just didn't look like they had the right middle up. English went the right way. They had the right middle up to be able to come back for 4-on-3, but just wasn't there as UQ makes some space on this short side here. Halfway on 2, that's where you want to be.
Murphy goes to Curtis from half. Curtis and Folds in the middle. Hold the phone. And a look. Looks like it came off the elbow there of Tess, not played at. Let's get the footy back.
Folds might have the brightest pair of socks I think I've ever seen.
Matched with the bright pink boots to go with and the luminous green underneath.
A whole heap going on over there.
Not too many players that can pull that off, but Lucia Folds definitely can. Here's Susie. Steaming in, coming to the last touch. Just didn't get that out of the hands cleanly. Poor old Jess Barnes. Still only 1-0.
It is. Early doors, Scotty. It's early doors.
Just over halfway through here in the first half as well. Tight contest. Ashurst clapping for the ball. Receives it back here. Look to set up for Tiani from half. He picks up, glides, link ball, and great defensive read. And make the touch. It was Gillespie out there on the left-hand side. Who feeds it from half to Susie. A little bit flat here on the second touch. Now they go down the sideline with space. That gets him back on the front foot, but there's no half at home here for Brothers. It allows UQ to just get up and put the pressure and stop that momentum straight away. Now Notley plays it on the Rebels 10-metre line. Waters comes back to Fields, and they'll finish their set of 6 off.
They're getting there, which is the good thing. It's not like they're not running out of options. They just haven't been able to have that shot at the line. If they have the 2 times that they have, they've looked great. They look like they're going to score. So if they can just get themselves a little on the field a little bit easier or a little bit quicker, they'll give themselves a bit more time.
Here's my Hammond and picks up, comes off that left foot again. And ball hits the grass. Folds plays it. This is a tough contest out here.
It's just a grudge match, isn't it?
A couple of heavyweights throwing them in the early stages of this game. Now English. Brothers still getting players into position out here on the right-hand side of the field. Switch coming back in. Bartlett, nice early release.
That was it.
Oh. Had thoughts of getting that ball down before it was in the hands cleanly. can see might be Caitlin Teakle out there on the right-hand side of the field. It is.
Just quick HIA, I think.
And she might pop off out the back there. Doesn't look all that flash, young lady. We'll keep our eyes on her. Hopefully she can get back out onto the park. Might have copped a little knock.
Nothing like an early HIA.
My ball out in front, just squeezing it away there, Hammond, who feeds it now to Murphy from half. Good meters there from Murphy to get them over the halfway line. Curtis for Ashurst, in at half. Gives early ball to Lucia Files, who came screaming out of the field, and they go over the sideline in the end. Brothers on the first. Nice little wraparound play for English, who juggles. Stevens puts it through the hands, space down the left-hand side of the field. Now they need to be cleaner with the replacement players coming onto the field here. Brothers, great meters there from Waters. Susie has a look at options. Seddish goes herself. See you later. What a set of 6 there from Brothers. Put it all down to Zoe Waters. Meters out of the box. They couldn't recover. And Susie off the back end of it scores a captain stripe.
Yeah, that's a great latch. Look at the meter reading there. And then Kim Susie is not a player you want to give much space, and just has Files on the outside. And before you know it, he's gone 10 metres and over the try line. 1-1. I'm in this.
Oh, we're in it. We're in it, baby. Don't worry about that. Good footy there from Kim as well. Just had a look up at the defensive line. You could just see, do I get the quick play the ball down here? Or you look up and you just see, right, I've got space to work with here. Came off that right foot. She was gone. Now Mara Thomas, great ball. They hit straight back. Champion teams tend to do that.
That's lovely touch football, isn't it?
Madison Murphy scores in the corner. Rebels back in front.
They set up with a little splitter play in the middle. My leading it. As they get the half here on the out, and this winger runs the perfect J line to be able to score on the outside. Ball player did enough to get that middle and link sucked in, and once that was happened, it was game over, and was able to find Madison Murphy out on the wing for the second try.
It was just straightening up momentarily there, wasn't it, from Mara Thomas? Just those couple of steps. It didn't need to be any more than that.
Did enough.
Squared them up. Sends a beautiful ball out. Good finish in the corner as well from Murphy. 2-1 Rebels back in front. Here's Susie. Loops it out to Stevens. Gets a nice quick play. The ball, and Bella Files tries to send it out to the corner. Good intent, though, from the restart.
Great intent.
Now the Rebels looking for ball work to get themselves out of trouble. Standing nice and deep there, Brothers, looking to send their wave defence coming forward. They've held them here to shy the halfway line as they roll over now. And coming into the last touch, they play it on the 10-metre line of Brothers. Ball out in front. Nice footwork coming back on the inside.
No.
Susie manages to stop the play. No metres there on the first. They come down the left-hand side. Stevens on the third.
Oh, trouble.
Nice work from Barker.
Trouble.
English plays it, Notley. Picks up, switches. Switching straight back into defence.
Yuki learned from that one then. A minute ago they rolled back to the 7 and just gave the Brothers 2 middles just enough room to be able to keep running through. And they just changed that up a little bit there, and they stayed up, and they weren't able to get that roll through. They did a good enough job.
Here's Mara Thomas, set up the last try for the Rebels. Tiani Bryce picks up cleanly from half. Options, where are they? There it is. Britt Donovan. Perfect play the ball from Mara Thomas. Tiani Bryce, just open pastures.
Yep.
Look at this here from in between 2 defenders.
Seas parted there, didn't they? Once you get through there, it just becomes a matter of finding another maroon shirt, and did enough to be able to find Donovan for the third. They're starting to run away with it now. Words on fire.
Could have been worse.
That's it. Could have sneezed.
The biggest margin of the game so far in favour of the Rebels, up by 2. Just over 2 to go here in the first half. Rolling in nicely. Got all their numbers out here on the right-hand side. See a great footwork. Got away from the first defender, but Mara Thomas having to scramble to get across. She doesn't get there in time. That's points there for Brothers. Beautiful footwork out here as now they look to attack again. Susie plays it back to the open side. Kelleher, deep switch. Great hands from Bella Folds. Loops it, and Susie tries to bat it across. Jeez, good footy from both teams here.
That was it. They had it there. That had the 4-on-3 pickup and then just did enough.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, gee whiz, that's close. That is really close. Mara Thomas just making contact in time. My now plays it. Last touch, Hammond. Loves coming off the left foot. Back inside to Hammond. Ball is called forward. Referee Leggett calls it correctly again.
I don't know about that. That's something I wouldn't hear too often, but yeah, it was just a little bit unfortunate, that inside play. She was right there, but just didn't time the run just enough as they get a reprieve coming back the other way.
Yeah, another forward pass. This time coming out of the hands of Brothers.
And this time, referee McAllister all over that one.
Yeah, I was holding off for a second there. I did.
Didn't want to call the crow.
I didn't want to call it. I didn't want to call it, but in the old noggin, there's not too much going on up there. But on that occasion, it did look like it come out of the hands forward. Now Hammond takes him on herself. This is a big set here for both teams. 30 seconds to go here for Brothers. They need to come up with a defensive stop. They're down by 2 at the moment. 2 going into the halftime break feels a whole bunch different than 3. They've got 1 more touch to make, 1 to go. They look like they can get it done, and they do.
And they go 60 metres in 10 seconds. No, I can't.
Of course they can. Apart from there's only 5 left now.
Yeah, that's just about blown it.
Here's English. Hooter sounds. Nothing there for Stevens. Got a game on our hands here. Rebels, though, in front, up by 2. A really quality contest from both 2 teams, but a handy-ish margin here for the champs going into the break.
Absolutely. Like, they're playing a very good brand of touch football at the moment, UQ, and it shows why they're obviously one of the best girls teams to actually play in the division at the moment. And 3-1 doesn't really justify the effort that Brothers are putting in at the moment to stay with them. But yeah, definitely an interesting 20 minutes coming up.
Big second half needed here for Brothers. Halftime score in the Women's Premier semi-final. UQ 3, Brothers 1.
This grass looks smart, and it's tough enough to handle whatever you throw at it. So it stays looking smart. Tip Tough Hybrid Bermuda, the smart grass.
Welcome back. 20 minutes to play here for these 2 teams to see who can progress through to the grand final tomorrow night. 3-1 is the halftime score here. UQ Rebels against Brothers. They had good moments there in the first half, brothers. Just those 2 back-to-back tries really got the Rebels onto the front foot, and they take that lead going into the second half.
Yeah, there was a little bit of a period there in that first half there where it just went 1 for 1, and Brothers are playing a very good brand of touch football at the moment. To be able to stay with this really confident and very well playing Rebels side, and let's see if they can do that for the next 20 minutes.
Grand finals coming up tomorrow. You'll see the women's and men's Premier Grand Finals on your screens on KO Sports, Sky Sports, and Sky Sports Next, wherever you're tuning in across the globe. The women's Grand Finals, 6:15 local time here in Brisbane. That'll be followed up by the men's 7:15 local time here in Brisbane. Lots of touch footy happening as well. Vorden Cup Grand Finals as well taking place. You'll see them on KO Sports and Sky Sports Next across the weekend as well. On Sunday, you'll see all the coverage down there in New South Wales. A couple of weeks away from the Queensland State Cup as well. You'll see these teams out there again competing. The UQ Rebels defending champs in the Women's Premier Division last year, along with taking the Metro Cup and the championships this year earlier in March as well. And going for their 4th Metro Cup title, 3 on the trot. Some dynasty this team is starting to put together. The scary thing is they're all like in their 20s, and they could be doing this for as long as they want. They got the Australian coach, the Queensland coach. They could win as many titles as they want, but they're up against it here. They've first got to get into the big dance.
Bit scary, isn't it? Seeing the amount of things down there. Yeah, bulk touch footy coming up definitely for in the next sort of month or so with Queensland State Cup down there. Should be a good 3 days.
Absolutely. The Rebels have already progressed through until the men's Premier Grand Final. They beat the Gold Coast in the semi-final earlier. The Colts are taking on Redlands as we speak. We're just seeing if we can get some sources down there to the field to give us a halftime score in that one. The winner of that match, Colts v Redlands, take on the Rebels in the men's Premier Grand Final tomorrow night. And a big second 20 minutes to come here. Brothers down by 2 at the moment. You can see on the Motorline BMW scoreboard. The Rebels, can they hold on to this momentum, get themselves into another grand final? Can we see Brothers come up with the upset here in the second 20 minutes? Kyle Leggett's, he's got the house on him tonight. He's gone the early crow.
I don't know about the house.
He said the house. He'll be get the cardboard box ready just in a case. Can they get themselves into the grand final? They've got the first tap off here now. It's just a switching play. We almost saw him fall. Couldn't quite get that down cleanly. They got to get the penalty though. We saw them go the trick play from the tap off.
Probably could have even nearly dummied that one then too. Kim Susi could have even scored herself, but now whatever Darty's set up there, he's definitely got lots of options off that, that's for sure.
Short side, Stevens. Ooh, it almost looked like we opened back up on the inside. Wisely decides to hold on to the footy. There's Bellafold. Nothing available yet. Then just almost running into each other there. Georgia Bartlett and Kim Susi. Rebels now with their first touch of the footy here in the second half, and good meters from Tiani Bryce. Lucia Folds, I should say. Let's back up with her. Same 6 stay on the field here to start the second half for the Rebels. Ashurst to Curtis. Lucia's hovering around. They go away from her and ball out in front. Brothers on the footy.
Yeah, they've gone one end of the field to the other there, so very good signs coming out of the second half for UQ as they unfortunately give away a penalty there for just a bit too hard of a touch coming into the sub box, but gives Brothers a fresh set of 6 to come into their line and hopefully make it 3-2.
Here's English. And Tess Notley. Waters has a look up. She was good for Brothers in the first half. Looping ball out there. Tough one to take. It feels like the breeze is just starting to pick up slightly as well.
Yeah, someone's turned the fan on out here. That has picked up a little bit. Conditions do look a little bit greasier as well, so we look for a little bit more discipline in the roll ball from both teams.
Murphy feeds it from half. Donovan out of the box. Down by mine. Picks up. And come back together with Britt. Brothers restart. Working hard, nothing really there for them on the first 2 touches. Bucket gets them going forward now. Again, a bit lateral from Stevens. Someone's going to have to punch forward. Glacken, last touch of the set. Early release from Stevens. Ball out in front. Not the best one there for them. They really struggled to try and get hard and started on touch 1 and 2, and they just couldn't recover from there. Yeah,
it just... The speed wasn't there, as they do get an early reprieve there. God, you don't see that happening often. A general line might make a mistake.
Rare mistake there from Beck. Yeah, Brothers. This is a good opportunity for them. Interesting note. What was said over in the huddle at halftime, but one of the key messages might have been they'd be no doubt keen to be the first team to score here in the second half. Put some pressure back on UQ. Glacken now, nice little show and go into the in-goal area. Unmarked out in the corner. And as we say that, Scarlett Sipple does score first here for Brothers in the second half. Margin back down to 1. They're back in the game, baby.
Yeah, it's great read from the half just to be able to pick up that with that sweeper, all of them have just shifted. She's thrown the dummy to a lot of them, and the wing has come all the way in there for, I'm not sure why, because the link was in front of the link, but it is what it is, and Brothers get a very important touchdown back on the board.
3-2.
Within sniffing distance, mate.
Just got to be close enough.
That's it. Thereabouts.
So seeing there's a chance.
That's it.
And more than a chance here for Brothers. Hammond, that's Curtis in the middle. In 19, working with Lucia. What a combination they've got out in the middle of the field. These 2 players. Takaro plays it. Curtis to Lucia Folds. Takes it to the line. They're running out of real estate. Down the hill the footy goes.
Smart play, really. Get a bit of a break in. Be a good defence again there from Brothers just to be able to keep them out. They nearly threw the kitchen sink at them, UQ, but as we come in 5 minutes into this first half, it's definitely advantage Brothers.
Not a bad set. English holds it up nicely to Bella Folds, who finds some space. She's going for the corner. Folds with the dive in the corner. Huge touch, and Freshwater says yes. Oh, what about that? It was a lovely ball there to Files, who took off like a rocket. Equally good defence coming across. Wow, heart and mouth stuff there from both teams. Now still plenty of space. They go all the way over the other side of the field. And Gillespie, let's take a look at this. This late ball at the line. English, beautiful ball. And Folds. Yeah, great call.
Maybe basketball too, but great call.
No replacement players on.
Great touch.
And nothing there. Evie Clarkson was the player that made that huge touch for the Rebels in the corner. Score remains 3-2. And now Brothers turn it over on the halfway line.
It's some big mail coming out of the men's premier.
Talk to me.
Colts down by 3
Whoa.
At half time. But in the background, I have seen...
They've at least scored 1.
I've seen 3.
Gee whiz.
So it's either even or they're within 1. That could be the 4th over there now.
Well, get back to your source and say every time there's a try scored, we need to know.
I need better mail. I need someone.
We need someone down there.
If you're here, go down there and let me know.
I'm sure if someone is here that they're listening to us.
It's wild to think about, but, you know, it's
could
happened.
Be somebody there.
It's happened before.
If you know someone that's here, send them a message. Get them to send us the scores up from Field 3 in the men's. We don't need too much to get away from this Field 1 action, though, because we got a game to concentrate on here and a game on our hands as well. Only the one try separating the 2 teams at the moment. Still plenty of time to go. 12 and a half minutes here for one of these two teams to get themselves into the grand final. Donovan, always busy for this Rebels team. My cops a shot and forces the mistake. Wow. Well, who came up with that big defensive play there for Brothers? Couldn't quite see who made the touch.
It's just lots of great touch football happening out here at the moment, Scotty, isn't there?
Yeah, we may mention before Beck had a little error with a pass ball. There's not too many people that have been able to beat Beck and to play the ball. Might have taken a little slip coming in. And pretty comfortable as Beck does come up and make the touch there. Rebels back on the footy. There's Clarkson. He comes off into the interchange area. Replacements here for the Rebels. Curtis plays it. Receives it back from Ashurst. Demi now comes back to Sammy Jones. Come off the hands. They're going to get a repeat set.
Yeah, just one of those unfortunate ones at the moment. You go in to make the touch, and unfortunately, this happened to throw it into your hands, and it looks like you've played at it, but really, it's 6 more.
Here's Bryce. Ashurst on the 7-metre line. Back on the inside for Sammy Joe Curtis. Clinical from the Rebels. Gets him back in front by 2.
Yeah, very clinical touch football there from the UQ Rebels. Just opening the middles up enough just to create enough space and enough doubt to be able to score there as they pick up, go short side. Little red play, and yeah, middle just wasn't there, unfortunately, and Rebels go back up 2.
Got some information.
You got mail too.
Redlands up 6-3 in the match against Colts. Currently semi-final, potentially a huge upset on the cards in the men's. We'll keep an eye on that.
That's big.
And the Colts went undefeated up until the last round when they had that draw against the Rebels. Redlands in front. We may mention Corey Russell making his way back in. He must be having a big impact out there. And they've got plenty of experience. We're just casting an eye over onto that field at the moment. There's a Redlands player.
Someone's having a snooze.
Down at the moment. And Brothers, they turn the footy over.
Halfway through the second half here as we turn our attention back to the girls, and it just seems to be a little bit of momentum shift towards the Rebels. It was fairly even coming out of half-time, but Rebels have just seemed to find another gear at the moment as they bring onto the sub-box. 2 touches to go. No one at half for last, unfortunately. And Brothers do a very good defensive set to be able to somewhat keep them there. God, this ball is going around like a ping-pong ball. That's 6 touches. That's exactly where Brothers need them to go to the other end of the field.
That's a good place to start their set. And here on the 10-metre line. Belfields cruises across field. Sister comes up and makes the touch. And they turn the footy away. You're going to get yourself back into a game. It's just little things. It's just little things. To be able to start a set of 6, you'll start a 6 on the 10-metre line. You just get that little advantage coming to your sub-box if you're going to make changes. Got to at least finish that set of 6 now. Look, the Rebels, where they start their set, they lost all advantage there from that previous set. Brothers, they're going to have to concentrate on defence now. Hammond and Bryce. This is a deadly combo in the middle.
Do it again.
Oh! Takes the hands there of Georgia Bartlett.
Which has gone the length then.
Score update 6-4. Colts just scored. Margin down to 2.
So where's my mail guy? You're doing it. You're doing all right here. You got good sources.
Got to be a big shout out to our sideline reporter Jordan Lovejoy. Appreciate the score results coming through. Winner of that one takes on the Rebels as Tiani Bryce almost gets through. Winner of this one takes on the Southern Storm. And the minor premiers in the women's competition getting the victory over the Country Club Colts. Now, Ashurst left foot comes back into Donovan. They're going to point to the spot. Rebels now, biggest margin of the game. They're up by 3.
Yeah, that was a very good sweeper play there. Step back on the inside and just does enough to make the middle move back in field and create that space between the middle of the link. And it takes them 3 ahead now. And as I believe, you have more mail.
Redlands score again, 7-4 in the men's premier semi-final. Redlands in front by 3 yet again, 7-4. 7.5 minutes to go.
All right, I don't want to hear any more.
It's going to take an effort there from the Colts. If there's a team that can do it, though, it can be the Country Club Colts. And they have just scored as we speak, 7-5. Redlands still in front. Now Bella Fields, just casually rolled over.
Casual, didn't he? Yeah, I literally thought she was offside.
Might have been a penalty first, the forward pass. They might have heard the call. Now Marama Thomas links up with Mai. And now they've come back. Might have seen a little bit of deja vu here on the other side of the field this time.
It's just lots happening out here. There is plenty happening. But this is definitely a big chance. They've got just over 6.5 minutes left. Brothers need to score this set if they're going to stay within reach of a very good UQ side. And this is the player they've got to do it through.
Susie takes her time here. We'll have a look at the defence. Mai almost pulling back out of the touch. Almost losing her footing there, Kim. They get the penalty. Nice advantage played there from Brett Freshwater. Another full set of 6 here for Brothers. You feel like they have to score in this set to get themselves back in the game. Footwork there from Susie. That little stutter coming into the line. Here's Brooke. Through the hands to Stevens. Stevens, they might have him. And they recover in the end. Here's Glacken. It's good contact there from Mai. Who else coming into the last touch? Enough to disrupt the flow. 5.5 to go. Rebels in front by 3. You can see our 3 referees tonight have done a great job controlling things out there in this game.
God,
Thomas throws the big dummy. Loves winding up for a big dummy. There's Ma. Here she comes. Comes off the left foot this time around. Curtis out of the interchange area. Coming into the last. Tiani picks up. Nothing out here for Murphy. Slings it back infield. Now Brothers turning the ball away when there was really not that much defensive pressure coming up from the Rebels there on the first touch. They kind of just threw their head back there.
They're doing enough here, Rebels, just to keep themselves on top of the game as they go in for a little sweeper on that short side. Can't find the winger, unfortunately. But they're just doing enough to keep themselves ahead of Brothers, and Brothers are throwing everything at them in this second half here. And, credit where credit is due. They're doing really, really well to keep within 3 or 4 of them.
Score remains 7 tries to 5 in favour of Redlands. You can see the game over in the background over there. Taking place the second semi-final in the men's Premier Division. Potentially big upset on the cards. Now good meters from Mai. They're on the front foot in this set here as Barker gets it down cleanly. Just shy from the 7 metre line.
Ball.
Bartlett over the top. Oh, and a great touch from Caitlin Teakle. We saw took a bit of a knock there in the first half. Good to see that she's back out on the field. Came up with a big defensive play there.
Yeah, they're doing really, really well, Brothers, at the moment. Just be able, as I say, keep applying that pressure, but UQ just seem to keep finding. They keep finding enough to be able to keep them out and keep that try at bay as Donovan gets a very good latch there. Unfortunately, actually does do a really good job of getting a penalty there as well.
Precious seconds off the clock.
That's it.
Just over 3 minutes to go in this one. Need to try a minute here, Brothers. They can't let another one in. One more try. Game, set, match. Nice defensive read. Coming from outside in there. Michaela Hoffmeyer for Brothers. As UQ take their time. Now they got players all over the place. Hammond, though, just picks up from half and, and dropped over the line. Oh, poor old Caitlin Teagle came up with the big play in defence down the other end of the field. And it was a tough ball to take. Diving outstretched to try and reel that one in. That would have been the icing on the cake for the Rebels. Still in front. Score update in the men's. You might see it in the background there. The Colts are walking their way back to halfway. That's because they've just scored again. The try there sees them reduce it down to 1. 7-6. Redlands still in front. 2 to go.
It's just lots going on in both of these games at the moment. There could be a very big upset on field 3, but Brothers throwing everything they can at Rebels as they come into half. Look for another half run here as they go back to the middle. Go long. Oh, that was it.
Almost. Under 2 minutes to go.
That would be Redlands scoring again.
Goodness gracious, what is happening over there?
Game of anything you can do, I can do better.
8-6 in front. The minute 40 left on the clock. Redlands almost on their way to a grand final from 4th position. Here's Curtis. As Clarkson looks to link up back on the inside. And UQ, they're going to make their way through to yet another grand final, looking for 4 on the trot.
Yeah, they're obviously a very good outfit, UQ, and they've shown it tonight in such a really, really good position. From the start of the game, came out really, really well, came out strong, and Brothers did try to go with them. They were playing a very good brand of touch football as well, but just outplayed tonight, unfortunately.
Here's Bella Fields, get in between. So just repeating, grand finals tomorrow night. You'll see our Women's Premier Grand Final first. 6:15 local time here in Brisbane would be the Southern Storm taking on the UQ Rebels, and then that'll be followed by the men's 7:15 UQ Rebels potentially taking on Redlands. I want to wait till the full-time hooter before we get that confirmation out there. Looks like Redlands still up by 2 at the moment, coming into the last minute.
I think he can chalk it, I think.
Let's see this final set of 6. Another good season for Brothers. They're always thereabouts.
They are.
When it comes to the finals time of the year. Another good season for them. Jordan Dart, their coach.
Oh, they're going to lose by 1.
Hooter sounds in the background. And the Rebels will make their way through to the grand final. Another grand final as they seek 4 in a row. Confirmation men's premier final score. Redlands have defeated the Country Club Colts 8-7. They're going to make their way through and take on the Rebels tomorrow night in the men's premier grand finals. We take a look at the full-time score here and the try scorers. Just too good from the Rebels, and they just continue to roll on. Geez, that sets up a juicy competition. 3rd grand final in the row. Southern Storm taking on the Rebels. The Rebels have beat them in the last 2. Minor premiers this time around the Storm. You can't ask for much more. Team 1 versus 2 coming into the grand final tomorrow night.
That's it. We started off the year saying these 2 teams are going to be thereabouts in the finals, and you can always kind of count UQ to be there with them. But look, full credit where credit is due to Brothers. They put on a really good fight against what is a very, very strong UQ team. But all the spoils to the victor.
Well, if you can't be here at Whites Hill tomorrow, you've got to be tuning in at home. KO Sports, Sky Sports Next, and Sky Sports, wherever you're tuning in around the globe. Women's Grand Final, the Southern Storm taking on the UQ Rebels from 6:15 local time here in Brisbane, followed by the men's at 7:15. The UQ Rebels taking on Redlands. We'll see you tomorrow.
This grass looks smart, and it's tough enough to handle whatever you throw at it, so it stays looking smart. Tip Tough Hybrid Bermuda, the smart grass.